Hi, welcome to the 20th BOH Cameronian Arts Award on set. Today we have the nominees from the Best Musical Direction in Musical Theater. We have Yong here, and then Han, and Chong Yew, and Vale with us today. Let me start by asking you guys, should musical director allow flexibility in live performances, or must every note be precise? It's loaded, I know, but let's start with that.
I would encourage improvisation and ad-libs, but within the framework of the song to serve the music in the musical. I think,
I would like to add on. I think I agree with what Chong Yew mentioned, where improvisation can be done also, but within the context of maybe the song or the or a certain scene, that is happening that moment. Yeah, that's what I think.
I feel that if there are certain lines to be played, very specific lines, then that has to be done. But other than that, if there's room for the musicians to play. Why not? Just to make things fun. If not, every musical will be the same.
Yeah. I don't like improvisation. I think it's perfect for rehearsals. That's where you explore. But don't try new things out on show day. You may throw off your singer. You may throw off the tempo. You may throw off other musicians. You may get it right, but what if you get it wrong? What was it for? For fun?
I think that's very important. If you are improvising, it has to come from a place of honesty that you believe in it. And you don't improvise just for fun.
Do it in rehearsal. Some people like to save it for the stage.
That's right.
What about jitters? Does musician or singer get jitters and they deliver differently?
Oh yes.
What will you do in such situation?
Just wing it. I think. Go along with it. And that's the area where things might actually go into a nice direction that we might not be able to explore if you're just in a box.
I get where you're coming from, but I think what has to be done is within the context. As long as we are serving the music, as long as we are doing justice with it, I think it's okay. It's not like you're doing doing something on the spot, something crazy on the spot. No, that's not going to happen.
Respecting the form of the music and do not disrupt the technical flow of the show.
I think that's where we are coming from.
For being the musical, how did the musical direction push the performers beyond typical vocal experiences?
Pushing vocal technical difficulties wasn't an objective. We never thought about that. We were just serving the storyline and the music. I mean, like our main character, leading role, Elaine, is a fantastic singer. So I don't think we're pushing her technical abilities yet. Everything was within quite a safe and I would say beautiful space.
Okay. In a show that blends element of comedy and horror as well, how did the music direction actually create the emotion or tension and humor simultaneously? It's tough, no?
Correct. So, how my thought process is for this to tackle this issue is that I would try to find the comedic moment, the comedy timing, and also the emotional timing, and we build from there. So, if let's say we start the scene with a comedic timing first, then we need to make sure that everything builds to it, the comedy timing, and then the music, the underscoring, it needs to lead to that. And then, but of course, because it is comedic and horror at the same time, sometimes we have to do instant changes, like jarring changes, just to give that, because you can still do it for a comedy show also, so you can instantly change from one mood to another mood, even though it may sound jarring for some people. But I think it works. Take the example of Little Shop of Horror. I think they did a very good job on combining both horror element and the comedy element together. So that's where I usually refer to. So.
That's great. Well, this is the second installment, or maybe the third I heard, of the Working Day. Were you the musical director for both production?
Okay. For the first one, I'm just the rehearsal pianist and I'm just playing the piano parts only. So for the
What do you mean by rehearsal pianist? Can you elaborate
Okay.
for our audience?
Yeah, no problem. So rehearsal pianist basically means that you need to attend every single rehearsal just to be there to play music for the actors, when they're rehearsing, getting used to the groove of the song, And so after the first show, I was the rehearsal pianist and also the keyboardist. And at the second show, the producers, Kelvin and Terence, as well as Lydia, so they offer me the opportunity lah. So they say like, hey, why not you try to rearrange the music in your way since you replayed the music once already. So I'll be like, okay, sure, let's try it lah. So the one that we did last year is actually the second run, and I was given the chance to put things in my own way lah. Yeah.
What did you do differently?
So what did I do differently? I think mostly is because what I noticed is during the first run of the show, it's still on the beginning process of piecing it up together, piecing the songs together, and piecing up the dialogues together. So at the second round of the show, I think I'm grateful to have an opportunity to work from there. So I get to tidy up, some arrangement, get to add some, maybe for example, like the last duet song, Dare to Dream Again, I get to add the main character's line into the song, where it initially don't have, because I want to add a context into it, to quote something back from the first song, or something like that. So mostly on cleaning up the things, and also to bring a more holistic approach to the whole entire performance itself. Yeah.
Did both the director like it or the?
Yeah, they're like, wow, okay, they like it a lot.
Oh,
They
okay.
enjoy it.
That's what we want, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right, for Vale, which scene was your favorite to work on and why? For life is?
As a music director,
Yes.
the Kakiseni,
Can you-
the scene with the the scene with the tower. I love that. That was the song that I took every single song in the musical and shoved it into that. La Fine. La Fine is Italian for the end. So when the main character gets angry, and then he breaks into this chorus, the chorus is every single song that's come before. 2 lines from here, 2 lines from here, 2 lines, and the context is so delicious. It's so fun. And it ends with him on top of the 3 boxes, tears, holding a rose with, I think, 20 men holding onto him. a meat dress of humans. Yeah, I loved working on that. And the music was really fun to get there. That track killed me because I had to play it for 14 minutes straight. And if I make one mistake, I would delete the whole thing and start again. It took me 4 hours just to get the piano right.
Wow.
And it's not just singing. It includes every single dialogue line. So the moment the last clink is where they kiss and it fades out at the end of 14 minutes. Yeah, so there's a lot of imagining. Oh, and then doing the lines out loud. But the result, oof. Yeah, I talked about my inspirations for writing, like Pride and Prejudice, Dario Marianelli. The music itself is enough to make you want to cry and feel. That's how I try to orchestrate the whole thing, such that the lyrics just help. The music is already doing its job.
Wow, that's great. That's great. How does the music balance both the cultural essence of the original tale and the modern context of urban development in Kancil and the Dragon King?
Wow. So, for context, right?
Yes.
The entire musical, we only have 3 music instruments. We have the piano, we have the cello, and 1 percussion. So in order for us to create something to support the music, to support the background music maybe, it takes a lot of work between me, Shaf, and Irena for us to discuss, to work out details. I would give a lot of credit to both of them because they have the vision of putting everything together. For me, I'm coming from a very contemporary music background. I play a lot of pop, a lot of live music. So we have like an entire full band for me to work with. But for this one, I don't know. I don't have an idea on how to arrange for this particular musical at first. But when we had more rehearsals, we are putting it together piece by piece, then I can only see the entire picture. So I have to give huge credits to them to to put everything together. So how do we make it happen is mainly through the percussionist and also the cellist. So what they were doing is doing some sound effects. So especially the percussions where there's a lot of rumbling happening, there's a lot of tinkling going on, right? That's the job of our percussionist. And also the cellist, what she was doing, she's doing a lot of growling, a lot of sound effects. So it's pretty cool to be able to work with them. And it's actually my first time working with Irena and also the other bandmates. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
How for you guys a musical director when you work first time with somebody like what he's experienced? How does it work? How do you actually go about dealing with that?
Really, it's a good question.
Well, you.
I generally have a rule that we leave the egos outside. You can keep your ego if it makes you better. Otherwise, leave it outside. So if I say I don't like that sound, or especially when it comes to voice, people are so personal with their voice. Yeah, that's too nasal.
I hate my voice.
I teach. Yeah, so if it's just too nasal, I'm like, yeah, that's wrong. And it's like, you can see them want to get offended. I'm like, I know what you're feeling, the heat, put it outside. I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking the sound. Try it this way, and I can even demonstrate or try to work on this sound. That's the sound I want, and I get goosebumps when I get the right sound. And they feel that. And if they don't believe that, we record the session so they can hear the before and after. So they can see it's not personal. At least I get the sound I want. Because I've done shows or stuff when you're kind, when you're polite, but the result suffers. And at the end, it's like, yeah, I didn't break a friendship, but this is my reputation. No.
Yeah, keeping things professional, I think, like, just understanding each and everyone's objective in that particular job. When you are a musician, what are you aiming for? Like, so it has to be, we have to be on the same shape. And then we can work and add on each and everyone's pros and cons. You know, you have your strengths, add on to that.
Personally, I think because, for example, for Working Dead, I would usually pick musicians that I know lah. So people that I know, because when you work with them before, you know how they deal with maybe stage fright, I mean, like crisis, sudden changes. Maybe for example, like let's say it's a singer just panic and forgotten the line. How does everyone cover each other in that moment? And with all of that, I don't know, do we call it a soft skill or a skill that is not something that you learn from a university or anything. With those things, I know that okay, you are the guy that I believe that you can carry it through, even though you didn't play the music before. But I believe you have the attitude to to support the music, to support the musical itself. So I think with that, then at least I roughly know each other's strength. And as we work in the rehearsal, I think of course we have to start with maybe just a simple jamming just to get used to it, get along with it, But after that, when we go closer to the performance itself, of course, like the one that we mentioned at the first question where we allow improvisation, which Will mentioned also, where you can do all the improvisation, all the brainstorming in the rehearsal, but when it comes to the performance itself, then we got to nail down this, we got to fix this idea because this is going to cue the singer to come in, or certain things like that. So if the musicians have the attitude, I think they are worth working with, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I just want to pick your what you just said as well, because just now you say that there might be a situation where the singer forgot their lyrics and then you guys, musician, cover him, right?
Yes.
How did you go about doing that? I'm very curious now.
Sure. Okay. I think
there was an instances.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I think because live performance, you will sure have sometimes you have human error or mishaps. So I think we will just we see how the singer respond at the moment first. If let's say the singer maybe need more time, then maybe if let's say we are playing without a sequence or backing track, then I think there's more freedom to cover it. But if let's say you're playing with a backing track, then that will be slightly more complicated. But let's say in the context of where we're playing without a backing track, we will just just communicate on the moment. Yeah, just communicate on the go. Whichever that the singer feels comfortable. or maybe I play certain melody line to lead the singer in, to as long we keep the momentum going, without trying to make the singer feel ashamed of the mistake or anything. We try to cover it so that everyone will let the music continue to flow and let the
And
story
at the same
tell it.
time, maintain your posture and just continue playing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look like
Intentional. But we do have a MD mic, so we do talk inside the mic. And we're like, oh no. Then we're like, okay, it's fine. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Don't
And
worry.
most of the time, you're not in the spotlight, so it's okay to do that anyway.
Yes,
right?
depending on the production, but yeah.
That
so
is a
like-
shame.
Yeah, that's a shame, right?
That is
We
a
want to
shame.
see that.
That is a shame. I would love to change that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And what happens quite common in Malaysia is that the mics go off, they turn off. So it's up to the band to, don't help the singer somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, we've got you, we're still here. We'll go softer so you can push in your right. Yeah, it's all that. We have to pretend we know what we're doing. Yeah. We can figure out later.
Okay. What was the most challenging song to direct in your production? How did you manage to overcome it?
Well, that's a tough one, yeah.
Every question seems to be tough. You can answer that.
It's good.
I think for my show, the toughest part is not really the songs. The toughest part are the timing, or the cues for the singers to come in or doing some ambient stuff to back the scene. So that was pretty hard on my part because we only have 3 instruments to work with. So like what Li Han said, we just have to cover each other, look at each other. We have the MD mic cue. When the point hits, we just go.
For you?
Sure. I think for Dreams the musical, at least in my perspective, is that the hardest song to work with is actually the opening and the finale. The reason being that for Dreams the musical, it's actually a musical. It was intended to serve as a backup promotion for the release of Elaine's album. It's like an album launch and with a musical, but Elaine had a good vision, saying that no, the musical should be stand alone by itself. Also, should be able to stand alone by itself. Also, so we had to take singles from the album and make it into a cohesive story.
Yeah.
So it took me quite a long time to figure out the sound that we were looking for, and Elaine's extremely helpful in saying that, oh no, I want to make it Disney. That's the sound. She gave me directions in the production in that way, and so once going into the world, the opening and the finale, it's kind of like a continuation. Like Elaine sings the opening, and then there's the flashbacks of the story, and then that's the finale where it actually is on the same timeline. And the hardest part is actually that we are working with 90% sequence, so we were doing everything virtually. It's a virtual orchestra, and with virtual orchestras, there's only so much headroom you can get from speakers, right? You don't have like live musicians to give you that impact. But at the same time, when you want a grandiose opening, but when you have a grandiose opening, how do you elevate the finale even more? Because it has to continue going.
Yeah.
So I was really blessed with such a great team. We had Andrew and Terence on post and live sound, and we designed the sound in such a way that, and in terms of orchestration, that the opening stayed traditional orchestration, and then when it goes to the finale, we added elements so that there's a spot for all the vocals to come in, and then added live sessions to put a little bit more grit into it. So that's how we,
What is the first word that comes to your mind when you think of the music in your respective production?
Oh, okay.
First word.
Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
For Elaine's dream.
Yeah, dreams. Like it gives people hope. Yeah.
I would say space.
Space.
As in like, I have a lot of space to work around because the music is very simple and we just need to fill the space. and it gives space for the audience to imagine what's going on in the scene. And we do hope that our music do give that kind of impression to the audience.
Lihan?
So for the music, the way I arrange the music is I love to layer everything together. So maybe the word I would say is dream, because I know even though it's a horror and comedy, where is dream? Where is dream? Okay, but yeah, because I think just a small context of the musical itself. I mean, everything is a zombie, and then you have lots of funny puns and very cheesy puns written by Terrence. Okay, and also but good stuff. But I find that when I arrange the music, I feel that I resonate a lot with the main character, which is Edwin, because even though in the midst of being abused by the boss, but he always have this what do you call it? Maybe a passion or a steadfast commitment to that I still dream about buying a condominium for my family. I still dream of
A better future.
Yeah, a better future. Yes. So I will see it as dream, even though in the midst of all of this craziness.
I can understand the context.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Bill?
Piano.
Piano.
Yeah. From the very first song to the very last song, I use piano so much. Yeah. I think, and I love the piano. It is my longest successful relationship in my life. It's never betrayed me. It expresses how I feel. And I think I get to share that love and beauty with the audience, because everyone wants big and powerful brass, and now with all these online orchestras, you can go for so big. And I do. But I start and I end with the piano. And it's a strong theme that carries the whole way through. It's a constant. It is how I orchestrate around. Yeah, so anyone who sees it or listens to my musical is 2.5 hours, to that can sense and smell or my love for the piano. And hopefully that's pure and honest, because there is no agenda there. I love the piano. I love playing it. I love the sound. If I don't like it, I'll edit it, So the audience gets to hear the best version of something I love. Yeah. And hopefully that matters. It helps my actors feel. It's like, I was struggling with the script, but now with the music, it's like, wow, macam boleh. It's like,
And when they go big, it's all the vocal that went big.
Yes, actually. The very first duet with Nyson and Kevin is only piano.
Yes.
I was so tempted to add more. I was like, no, stop. Let them shine.
I actually thought that was very brave, because you
could
said
tell?
that was your first production, and for this player, they were all their first time actually having a musical. So I thought, wow, that was brave. But I said, wow, they were singing group, so I'm sure they're confident on doing that.
No.
Well, that's all we have for today. And congratulations again to all our nominees. Thank you for sharing your knowledge to us. I learned a lot now, because I don't know much about music and music direction. Thank you, the audience, for sharing your time with us as well. I will see you in the next session.